Storytime at Home, presented by the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Nicole from the Adult Learning Center at the Main Library, and I'm here today to read to you Norman Didn't Do It. Yes, he did. It's written by Ryan T. Higgins, and he also did the illustrations on this beautiful book. Norman didn't do it. Yes, he did. Norman was a porcupine. Norman's best friend was Mildred. Mildred was a tree. Norman and Mildred did everything together. Strike one, bounce. Chip, chip. You're right, Mildred. It is a little yellow-bellied sapsucker. I love playing tree together. Yay! You win. Norman was happy with the way things were. Okay, one more chapter, then it's lights out, Mildred. Norman and Mildred, Mildred and Norman. Just the two of them. Until one day, pop, there was someone else. And who is that? It was another tree. Suddenly, it was no longer just Norman and Mildred. Now it was Norman and Mildred and the other tree. This did not sit well with Norman. Norman began to worry. What if the other tree wanted to be friends with Mildred? What if Mildred liked the other tree? What if Mildred liked the other tree more than she liked Norman? Norman kept a careful eye on the other tree. Whoosh. He watched as Mildred and the other tree grew closer and closer. Chip, chip, sigh. And closer. You're playing tree without me. Life wasn't the same. Fine, you win. Then it happened. The worst thing possible. Touch. Mildred and the other tree grew too close together. This is the last straw. This is the last straw. Even though in this case, there was no straws, just branches. Norman could not lose his best friend, not to the other tree. Something had to be done. Norman planned and he planned until his plan was just right. Then, under the cover of night, Norman dug up the other tree and took it far away, very far away. Very, very far away. To a place where the other tree would never come between Norman and Mildred again. And just like that, the other tree was gone. Norman and Mildred were back together, just the two of them. But it wasn't the same. Other tree? What other tree? Oh, that other tree? I don't know what happened to the other tree. I didn't do anything. Maybe it went on vacation. Maybe it moved. How should I know? There, Mildred. You still have me. Soon, Norman started to think about Mildred without her new friend. Norman started to think about the other tree all alone out there. Norman started to think about himself and what he did. What if someone had seen him? Let's think. There was the moon. There were the stars. There was the grass and the trees. Oh no, the trees! What if they saw me? What if one tree tells another tree, who tells another tree, who tells another tree, who tells Mildred, what am I going to do? What have I done? What if digging up your friend's friend in the middle of the night and taking that friend very, very far away was not the right thing to do? What if it was the wrong thing to do? Stop staring at me, Mildred. trip, thud. Norman had hit rock bottom. I have hit rock bottom. Something had to be done. Norman planned and he planned again. Then he went back to where he had left the other tree and try and undo what he had done. Yes, you're right, I went a little overboard. But in my defense, you were touching branches. Norman knew life was going to be different. Look, he's back, Mildred. And that was okay. He might even like it. Norman and Mildred and the other tree. Just the three of them. And who is that? The end. Wasn't that a great book? So now let's learn a little bit about porcupines, and maybe we can learn to draw Norman from the book. So now that we're going to try and draw Norman, first I thought it might be fun to find out some facts about porcupines. And these were just some odd ones that I thought were really kind of fun. So the first one, the word porcupine means thorn pig. And that translates from spine hog. And so that has Latin roots meaning pig and spine. So that's where we get that name porcupine. I also thought it was funny, they are good swimmers. Their air fills the quills, so that kind of gives them buoyancy, so they can boost their way through the water and kind of swim pretty fast and float along the way. They also have a long life for a rodent. Yes, porcupines are actually rodents, and they actually live pretty long. Normally rodents, they live a fast life and they die young, but a porcupine can live up to 28 years. So that's pretty long for a rodent. Porcupines have 30,000 quills on them, give or take, depends on how many quills they've got, but generally it can be up to 30,000, so that's pretty great. And they can detach easily, so they can escape from any kind of predators and attackers, and then those attackers have to deal with the consequences of these quills. And lastly, which is super cute, their babies are called porcupets. So they're born with soft, bendable quills, and then after a few days after being born, those quills harden up, okay? So those are all some fun activities. So maybe we should try and draw Norman. So I did a practice drawing of Norman. So if you at home want to kind of maybe draw along with me, if you have, some paper and a pencil, that's all you need. You can always add color if you want, but anything will do fine. Crayons, anything. So all you really need to think about is first drawing a big archway. So think about a bridge or anything like that. So we're just going to kind of sketch in almost like an arch, okay? Then we know that Norman, he had hands, right? And arms, because he dug up that tree, didn't he? So we're going to sketch in his arms. We're going to give him some little feet. He has cute little feet. He's got a nice, cute tail, right? And don't forget his big eyes. Norman had big eyes. He was always very curious and always kind of watching who was watching him. I'm going to sketch those in. And sometimes when you're drawing eyes, you really want to think about where you place the pupil. That will really change the personality of the character you're drawing. So we're going to put those right there because he's kind of suspicious, like, oh my gosh, who saw me? Who saw me? Then we're going to draw a porcupine's nose. Now, I was really shocked when I saw this. This is what a porcupine's nose looks like. It's really round, and then it's got, two little nostrils right there. So it's a little strange the way they draw him here. So we're just going to sketch him in. It's a nice oval, and he's just got some little marks there. And then we know Norman was acting like he didn't do anything wrong. So he's just going to be whistling. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nothing, I didn't do anything. And we're going to make that motion of whistling. We're just going to kind of add some air. Maybe we'll put some little musical notes in there. He doesn't have a care in the world. He didn't do a thing wrong. And then Norman's eyebrows are like way up here because he's just trying to act like he didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to sketch in his shovel where he got that tree. And we'll just add some dirt in there. Now, I know I'm missing something. What does a porcupine have that I've forgotten? Do you know? Yeah, it's the quills, the best part, right? So to just draw those quills, we can just use straight lines that kind of point out. And they just kind of go all over his body. You can make them a little longer if you want. However, his little toes. And there you go. There's Norman. Now, if you're home and you want to add some color to it, you can do that. You could just take your brown or your white and you can just shade him just like that. Okay? So hopefully you can work on this at home with somebody. You can maybe try to learn how to sketch out Norman. And don't forget his little quills. Wasn't that a great book and activity? Hopefully you've learned to draw Norman. So hope you have a great summer and take care. Bye-bye.
Get free books in the mail. Sign up today. Go to Ohio Imagination Library.org to find out more.